Top 10 Ancient Teachings That Science Now Confirms. What if some of the most reliable truths about the human mind and body were discovered thousands of years ago, long before laboratories, brain scans, or artificial intelligence existed? Ancient civilizations didn't have modern tools, yet they observed human behavior with extraordinary accuracy. Today, neuroscience, psychology, and biology are seeing patterns those ancient teachers already understood through experience and reflection. In this countdown, we're breaking down 10 ancient teachings that modern science now confirms as real, measurable, and effective. This isn't mysticism versus science, it's convergence. Each point shows how ancient insight and modern research are meeting at the same conclusions. And as we move closer to number 1, the evidence becomes even stronger. Stay with me, because some of these truths may completely change how you understand your own mind and daily life. Number 10. Stillness improves mental clarity. Ancient meditation traditions emphasize stillness long before science explained why it works. Teachers from Buddhist and yogic traditions taught that quieting the mind sharpens awareness and reduces inner chaos. Today, neuroscience confirms this. Brain imaging shows that regular meditation reduces activity in the default mode network, the part of the brain linked to overthinking and rumination. This explains why stillness increases focus and emotional regulation. Ancient practitioners didn't need machines to know this. They observed how silence clarified perception and improved judgment. What science adds is proof. Lower stress hormones, improved attention, and stronger emotional control. Stillness isn't passive. It actively rewires the brain. The ancients weren't escaping reality. They were training the mind to engage with it more effectively. Modern research simply validates what disciplined observation already revealed. Number 9. The mind influences the body. Ancient healing systems consistently taught that mental states affect physical health. Stress, fear, and unresolved emotion were believed to weaken the body. Modern medicine now agrees. Research in psychoneuroimmunology shows that chronic stress suppresses immune function and increases inflammation. Ancient teachings didn't use scientific terminology, but they understood the pattern. When the mind stays in survival mode, the body pays the price. Practices like breath control, prayer, and mindfulness were designed to calm the nervous system, exactly what modern stress research now recommends. This connection explains why emotional well-being improves recovery, pain tolerance, and overall health. The ancient insight was simple. You cannot separate mind and body. Science didn't contradict that idea. It finally caught up to it. Number 8. Breath controls emotional state. Breath regulation has existed for thousands of years in yogic and Eastern traditions. Ancient teachers claimed that controlling the breath directly calms the mind. Today, physiology confirms this. Slow, deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, lowering heart rate and reducing anxiety. This isn't belief, it's biology. Breathing patterns send signals directly to the brain, influencing emotional response in real time. Ancient practices like pranayama were essentially nervous system training. Without understanding vagus nerve theory, ancient practitioners discovered its effects through experience. Modern science now uses controlled breathing in therapy for anxiety, trauma, and panic disorders. The ancient teaching wasn't symbolic, it was functional. Breath is one of the fastest ways to regain emotional control, and science fully supports that conclusion. Number 7. Desire increases suffering. Ancient philosophies repeatedly warn that uncontrolled desire leads to dissatisfaction. Gautama Buddha taught that craving keeps the mind restless and unhappy. Modern psychology supports this through research on hedonic adaptation. When people achieve what they desire, happiness quickly returns to baseline, triggering the next craving. The cycle never ends. This explains why material success alone rarely produces long-term fulfillment. Ancient teachings encouraged reducing attachment rather than suppressing enjoyment. Science now confirms that well-being increases when expectations and compulsive wanting decrease. Minimalism, gratitude practices, and acceptance therapies all reflect this same principle. The ancient insight wasn't anti-pleasure, it was anti-illusion. Desire promises fulfillment, but often delivers restlessness. Both ancient wisdom and modern research agree on this pattern. Number 6. The present moment reduces anxiety. Ancient mindfulness teachings emphasized staying anchored in the present moment. They observed that fear lives in imagined futures and regret lives in remembered pasts. Modern neuroscience confirms this. Anxiety disorders are strongly linked to future-oriented thinking, while depression is tied to past-focused rumination. Mindfulness practices reduce both by grounding attention in the present. Brain scans show reduced stress responses when attention remains anchored in now. Ancient teachers didn't explain this with data, they explained it with experience. When awareness stays present, mental noise decreases. Today, mindfulness-based therapies are used worldwide to treat anxiety, depression, and chronic stress. What ancient traditions called awareness, science now calls attention regulation. Different language, same truth. Number 5. Self-awareness improves decision-making. Ancient teachings placed enormous value on knowing oneself. Greek and Eastern philosophies agreed that lack of self-awareness leads to impulsive behavior and poor judgment. Modern psychology confirms this. Studies show that people with higher self-awareness regulate emotions better, make clearer decisions, and experience healthier relationships. Ancient practices like reflection, journaling, and meditation train people to observe their own patterns. Science now recognizes metacognition, the ability to think about one's thinking, as a core skill for emotional intelligence. Without self-awareness, people confuse impulse with intuition. Ancient wisdom warned against this confusion long before psychology defined it. Knowing yourself isn't philosophical luxury, it's a practical survival advantage. Science simply gave data to what ancient teachers already lived. Number 4. Compassion improves mental health. Ancient spiritual traditions consistently promoted compassion not just as morality, but as mental hygiene. Modern neuroscience supports this strongly. Studies show that compassionate behavior increases oxytocin, reduces stress, and improves emotional resilience. Acts of compassion activate reward centers in the brain, creating a sense of meaning and connection. Ancient monks understood that resentment and hatred poison the mind. Compassion wasn't weakness, it was protection. Today, therapies based on compassion are used to treat trauma, depression, and burnout. What ancient teachings framed as virtue, science now recognizes as neurological benefit. Compassion stabilizes the nervous system and strengthens social bonds. The teaching wasn't idealistic, it was deeply practical. Number 3. Discipline outperforms motivation. Ancient philosophies understood something most people learn the hard way. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes based on mood, energy, and circumstances. Discipline, on the other hand, stays. That's why ancient monks and scholars didn't wait to feel ready. They trained discipline daily, regardless of emotion. Modern behavioral science now confirms this exact approach. Research on habit formation shows that routines reduce decision fatigue and require less mental effort over time. When behavior becomes automatic, consistency improves naturally. Productivity research also supports this. Systems outperform willpower every time. Discipline removes the need to constantly negotiate with yourself. Ancient wisdom framed discipline not as restriction, but as freedom. The freedom from emotional chaos and inconsistency. When habits are established, stress drops and clarity improves. Discipline wasn't harsh or extreme. It was simply efficient. Number 2. Identity shapes behavior. Ancient teachings repeatedly warned against clinging too tightly to identity. Lao Tzu emphasized adaptability, flow, and releasing rigid ego definitions. Modern psychology now confirms why this matters. People behave in alignment with how they see themselves. If you identify as lazy, anxious, or bad at discipline, your behavior will unconsciously reinforce that label. Identity-based behavior models show that lasting change happens when self-perception shifts first. Cognitive behavioral therapy uses this principle deliberately. Ancient philosophy arrived at the same truth intuitively. Fixed identity limits growth because it locks behavior into patterns. When people loosen these labels, new behaviors become possible. Ancient teachers used metaphors to explain this. Science explains it through neural plasticity. Different language, same reality. Change follows identity, not the other way around. Number 1. Inner peace is a skill, not a personality trait. Ancient wisdom taught that peace isn't something you're born with, it's something you train. Calmness wasn't seen as luck or temperament, but as a practiced ability. Modern neuroscience confirms this completely. Emotional regulation skills can be learned and strengthened through repeated mental training. Brain plasticity shows that consistent practices reshape emotional response over time. Ancient meditation wasn't about belief or ritual, it was conditioning the mind. Today, emotional regulation therapies use the same principles under scientific terminology. Peace is not inherited, it's practiced. This realization is powerful because it removes helplessness. If peace is a skill, it's accessible. Ancient teachers understood this through experience. Science now measures it through data. The convergence is clear. Suffering isn't fixed, and peace isn't accidental. It's built, intentionally, patiently, and deliberately. What's remarkable isn't that science proved ancient wisdom wrong. It proved it right. Across thousands of years, the same truths keep resurfacing because human nature hasn't changed. Stillness, awareness, discipline, compassion, and self-mastery are not outdated ideas. They're biological realities. If one of these teachings resonated with you, reflect on how it already shows up in your life. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video if it brought value, and subscribe for more content where ancient insight meets modern science. The past still has a lot to teach us, if we're willing to listen.